Well, here we are. I'm finally back to making a video. I've got Spud Hodges. They brought a deer into me this year. Actually got a pretty good little story to go with it. First thing we want to do is, Spud, introduce yourself and kind of like who you are, maybe where you're from, and just kind of let us know how you kind of got into hunting in general.
Well, I'm Spud Hodges, and I've been serious about hunting for the past, 5-6 years. I've been hunting my whole life, but I mean, if it was brown, it was down. I didn't hesitate on anything, but my buddy Will, he really got me into actually horn hunting and really wanting to look for the big deer, and this just happens to be not only my best one, but my first stud too. So I'm actually really proud of this deer. Lucky too. I don't want to.
It was a good deer.
Yeah.
Really good deer. For anybody, I know I'd be taking it.
Oh yeah, I about fell out the tree.
So I'm Will Cole, right?
Yes, sir. Will Cole.
I like Will. He's a good guy. Public land or private?
Absolutely, public land.
Public land.
Yeah.
So how many years have you been in the public?
5.
5 years.
Yes, sir.
And it's your first big rack stud.
Absolutely.
So it's not cookies and creams.
Oh,
That's
no.
what everybody seems to think.
Oh no, sir. Last year I didn't even get one.
Right.
I think I got one on my bow like last of the season, but it was a doe, But I actually last year had 2 private places I was able to hunt, and I put all my oats into it. I mean, I grinded hard. I hunted like 7 days a week, really, before work. And anyway, did not get lucky at all. And my buddy Will was like, "Man, you're just gonna have to come back over to public land." First time, went in the very next day, dropped another one, and then 5 days later, I got this one. I got one on a bonus buck day too.
So 7 days. Oh, one on bonus hunt too.
Mm-hmm. The one was the 28th, and the next one was the 29th.
So basically, you was tagged out within 7 days of hunting.
Yes, sir. And crazy about that is the spot that I was hunting, I actually had been hunting that spot for about 3 years, but I was hunting it wrong. And I took Will in there and I was like, "Man, show me what I'm doing wrong. I hear them all over here. But I just can't get them into me." And dumb on me, I was sitting in like a gully, like in the back of it, and it opened up right in front of me. If I'd have just walked 50 more yards, is actually where I dropped him. And so he was like, "Dude, you need to hunt like right here. This tree, for instance, hunt here." I was like, "All right." And sure enough, the first sat this year, I busted one. It was at 7 o'clock in the morning. The very next day, it was like 7:30 in the morning. And then the next, we'll get to the him, but I wasn't in the stand. I think we added it up. I was in the stand a total of like 4 hours altogether with all my 3 deer. Well,
That's 4 hours
yes.
and tagged up.
Yeah.
Oh, so basically dissecting the area. It may take multiple trips, multiple years. I've noticed that. Me and a buddy of mine that hunt a lot together here local. I think we've hunted the same area. Well, he's hunted the area back really before I was born, really. But dissecting the area, hunting it together, and spending time in the woods, noticing certain little bitty small details that some people don't even, not knowing what's 50 yards or 100 yards, what you can't see, but being able to sit there and hunt it, sometimes you may not see. I mean, you can have a deer like this walk by. There's no telling how many of these that we walk by that we don't see.
Exactly right.
So,
and this is not the biggest deer I've ever shot at either. Really my absolute mine. I thought it was an elk, to be real with you. I've got trail cam pictures of him, but
I've noticed of a lot of deer out in that area. Some deer's getting really, I'm fortunate to take a good deer out towards that area. But kinda, so baseline on this deer here, same general area. You're talking about not knowing, I've been hunting for several years.
50 yards maybe from the tree I had been hunting in.
So what was it that you actually seen that made y'all decide this is where you need to be versus where you was climbed? What made you make the move?
We kind of think the general area of where they're bedding, and it's on multiple transitions, but a lot of just grown up cut over basically. And so I was trying to be on like the edge of it, but this valley just wraps around it. Well, I was at the beginning of that valley. Well, on around the bend, there's multiple valleys that come off into it.
That you couldn't see.
Couldn't see. And he has a saying, just to walk a little farther, you know, and that little farther has wound up 4 miles before with me and him out there, you know. And that's exactly what happened. We were sitting there and he was like, man, you just can't see nothing right here. But there was a major highway right there, you know, coming through there. And that highway led into just this, I mean, huge intersection, completely open, major hillsides on each side. And I mean, it's just perfect. If I'd have just walked a little bit farther, I'd have found it. But
now, making that move, did you kill all 3?
All 3 of them with that one move.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So you made the move from a tree that you've been hunting multiple times or multiple years. Made the move, and then within 4 hours worth of hunting,
Tag out.
you tagged out. Not same day, but this is time added up throughout a couple days.
In this general area, in this public land piece, it was prime rut. I mean, about him, I had got off at work at 7 that morning, and I had got home. Wife was at work, I was watching YouTube, and I was like, man, I'm messing up sitting here. Even though I'm dog tired, I need to be in the woods. So all my stuff was in my car, and I just walked out of the car, drove straight there, and it's about an hour and a half where I live. I live out in Athens. And so I got there, walked to the tree. I had climbed up and was there 5 minutes. In the tree 5 minutes. And I climbed with my gun on the back. I'm probably not posting, I don't give a shit. But anyway, I get up the tree and I wrap around, you know, I'm sitting there and I hear a doe start blowing. And I'm like, there's no way she just smelled me. The wind's in my face. There's no way. Well, as she's blowing, here she comes, and she runs right under my tree. He is right behind her, and he stops 20 yards from me, and he's looking, you know, trying to, I guess, assess the situation, seeing if he can keep going. And there was another one behind him that was, I mean, probably like him right there. And he would have got smoked too if he was him. You know what I mean? But dude, when he stopped, I was for just a split second, I was just shocked. You know, I couldn't believe I was sitting there looking at him. And I threw my gun up, shaking, you know, and I sat him straight down. And the other one just kind of trotted off. I mean, if I'd have missed him and hit him but fucked off, I'd have had him.
So, I've had that happen before. I know a guy that talks about that a lot too. But, you know, we learn stuff every day. Every time we go, we sit in a tree, we learn. But just because you hear a deer blowing does not mean that deer is necessarily blowing at you.
I thought she was blowing at me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before. So now every time I go in the woods, if I don't see that deer, or if I have belief that deer does not know I'm there and blowing, I get excited.
Oh yeah.
Just because of that reason.
Yep.
You don't ever know. A lot of people get paranoid. They blow and they smell me and then wash it out and go move on or lose hope or but that's kind of interesting to know that hunting the area for so long and just making that simple little move to, you know, like you said, go a little farther. Some people have that to them. Some people say, okay, well, I'm gonna go a little farther, and they go. just because you don't see anything that day, or, you don't find nothing that day, you've got to spend time, because it's not easy. I mean, like you said, 5 years,
Yes, sir.
5 years, I mean, that's a lot of time, that's a lot of days, and then making that small little movement, and you're tagged out, within 7 days, you're tagged out, only had 4 hours worth of hunting in 7 days. Well, that's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I can experience that. I don't know if I want to experience that, because I like hunting too much.
Yep. I'll probably never have another season like this.
Well, you will.
I hope
It don't happen. It don't happen every year. I can tell you that. I have had years to where tagged out early, and it sucks. Especially when we didn't really have like the bonus hunts and all that. And when you tagged out, there's nothing else to do unless you fish or rabbit hunt or something like that. And I don't want to give up. If deer season's open, I want to be
In the woods.
hunting. Yeah. So, well, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you brought him to me.
Oh man, yeah. He looks just like the day I got him, other than the rest of them, in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had another one that I wished I'd have brought you. If I could go back over again, you'd have mounted him too. It was the second deer I got this year. He was a 7-point. I called him Joker because I think you've seen him. He had the scar up all his.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I got him mounted. But that was the best deer I had got before him. And I was just blown away with him too. And that was a crazy story, but.
Well, I take it you're gonna be back in that spot this year.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And I'm actually going to do a little bit more adjusting because after me and Will went back in there, we seen there was a few more spots because where each deer came from, because I killed 3 in there this year, they all came from a different location, even him, chasing that doe, which is what brought him in, But the other ones come from different locations, and we pulled it up on the map, and we think we know why, but we're going to go back in there and dissect it a little bit more. We already have, but I think next year we'll
So
have
kind of an area that basically just pinches everything down.
Yes, sir.
Multiple different directions.
And there's another one in there that's actually bigger than him at this one little spot.
Well, you better keep Will out there.
I know, man. I know it. Yeah, me and him actually don't hunt far from each other, but every time we go, he, like I said, he's really got me into hunting because I gave up on it. Like I had a lot of reasons on why, but man, he just stayed after me. Let's go. And my first deer I killed was actually with his gun, with his camo, and with his stand, and that's all it took. I'm full-fledged addicted now. That's all. I'll get home and watch nothing but YouTube videos on like food plots because I got a few little private properties, and I just kind of want to educate myself with that way.
Right.
Learning these guys. Because just going in the woods, just shooting one, that's not all there is to it.
No.
You got to really know why are you in that area and stuff like that. And I just learned that like last year. I was just trying to get out in the woods, but really studying them, And I've got a lot more learning to go,
Oh, we all do. You're not ever gonna learn it all.
But it's such a fun experience every day, Like I got to meet you through Will, man. And I've learned a lot of stuff from you too, just listening to you speak, And I thank you for that. I'm sure you've got viewers that thank you for that.
Yeah. Learning and talking to a lot of people doing this business too, which I learn stuff from people that come in here, just about every day. A lot of people keep secrets, and making these videos and stuff ain't got nothing to do with, putting out secrets or doing things, but just little small things like you're talking about, making just that small little movement in what it does. It may help somebody out. That's basically what we're here to do. A lot of people decide, oh, this is what I'm doing. And, Jamie McKay, he comes on here and that same gun, if people would listen.
That's what I've been doing.
If people would listen, these are guys that are been there, done that.
And got proof.
And have proof. And you take somebody like him that can back his stuff up.
That's right.
I mean, a lot of people ain't never been to his place or seen, his walls. And, it's year after year after year. Now, it may be, and I can tell you this, it ain't all from just sitting in one tree neither.
Nope.
Very seldom, and you'll see this, very seldom sitting in one tree doesn't, I've tried that, and it does. You'll have areas that typically you'll be able to kill a deer there. It may not be the deer you're after, but you'll have deer use that area. But you take somebody that's Jamie, and he'll get a kick out of this. At the age that he's at now, the amount of effort that it takes, not only just, because private land you put in a lot of effort too, don't get me wrong. You just got a lot of perks on private. But when you go to public, you're using these. And you take somebody at the age that he's at and some of the other ones that, on up in age, there's a lot of work involved.
Yes, sir.
A lot of work.
Well, I think I heard a thing one time, it was like 70% scouting, 30% hunting. And I just learned that too, man. I just get out there and know that I'm in a good, you said something a minute ago, just because you know where big deer are does not mean that you're going to go in there and bust one of them. You got to play the windage, you got to play your scent. There's so many key factors.
And I do believe that, I think luck does have a lot to do with it, but I think you create your own luck, being consistent. I think as long as you're consistent and you stick with it, stay with what you believe in, you're going to get results out of it. But anyhow, I appreciate you talking about it a little bit.
Man, yeah, I appreciate you making them look alive again. It looks beautiful, man. You did an outstanding job.
Thank you. I'm glad I was able to at least let you cherish him for a while now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go home and put him on the wall and just stare at him. Like that one dude says, would you just look at it? That real weird way.
Y'all did a video of that.
Yeah. Would you just look at it?
Well, I appreciate y'all watching, and if y'all like this kind of stuff, comment, let me know. And there again, if there is things that y'all want me to try to video and put out there, just comment, put it in there, and we'll go from there. But hopefully I can I got one standing in the back here that I'm gonna try to get him on next. Let him kind of tell his story on his. But we'll see y'all on the next one.
Go out and get you a big one.